No, no, mata.
¿Mande?
No, no, mata.
Cafeteria just rapping. Kept my foot on the gas, then I pressed down, then I caught traction. Got all state for insurance.
Hey, there's border patrol. Literally, our hearts are racing. Okay, let's just get the border. The line separating the United States and Mexico. Every day, people risk their lives to make it to the US, sustained by the hope of the American dream. In 2014, the United States declared a border crisis, and it's since become a central political theme with figures like Donald Trump using the border as a primary focus of his 2016 campaign. In the last year, we had a record-setting 1.5 million people attempt to cross the border. That record was nearly doubled, with 2.7 million people attempting to cross over. As a journalist, I needed to make a stop at the border town of Eagle Pass, Texas, to get a boots-on-the-ground look. Here we go. Today we're on the border of Texas and Mexico. We're in Eagle Pass, Texas, just about to cross over into Piedras Negras, Mexico. And today we're exploring the story of immigration. We're gonna be talking to coyotes, trying to visit a safe house, talking to immigrants, citizens, potentially law enforcement, all of the characters that are in this complex story of immigration. Our guide for the trip is Cheddar Blanco, a rapper from Eagle Pass, San Antonio.
I've seen a lot of losses in this game, but I got up and made it all over again.
He's making moves and he's also helping us around on some of these treacherous waters that we're navigating. So we're crossing to Piedras Negras. What can you tell us about this city?
I would say Piedras Negras has a lot of poverty. People call this baby Mexico, like an Eagle Pass, but really it's like a whole different world over here. Well, it's just harder over here. It's just harder for people out here. Y'all are gonna see it firsthand. As soon as we cross, it's a whole nother world, bro. Like, there's a lot of violence and stuff, cartels, and you know, even like government themselves. There's a lot of people over here just driving around with guns. It looks like a war zone out here, basically.
How do you think these people feel about America? Do you think is America a place they want to be?
Yeah, for sure. They'd love to move out here, bro.
If someone can live in Piedras Negras, come over here and do a fast food job and go back at night, is that going to change their family's life? Is that really going to help them?
That's going to change their family's life.
So if you look at what people have to cross to get here, there's barbed wire in the kind of in the weeds right there. People drown in the Rio Grande, right? For some reason, it's kind of a treacherous river.
Oh, this river goes on forever. There's spots where it's more shallow. There's spots where like it's easier for them, but it's still hard, bro.
It's just crazy to me to think that a couple hundred feet can be the difference between poverty and a life that's a little bit better. Can you call him back up?
¿Tiene que checar algo?
Sí, sí, la cámara. No sé si tenga que pagar impuestos.
Él usa en la cama también. We thought we were getting hustled and then we made a sex joke and we were good. So humor crosses all borders, folks.
They're straight trying to hustle us, bro.
You think that's what it was?
He was like, oh, pues, a ver si son unos impuestos para cruzarlas. Like,
yeah,
bullshit.
bullshit. He's trying to tax us. I know what impuestos are. I don't like them here. I don't like them in the United States either. And that's just because their salary's so low just to bolster what they do.
Bro, exactly.
I wanted to know how Mexican locals felt about America. Is it still viewed as the land of opportunity? Did they believe in the hope of the American dream? So I went to a town just over the border to talk to some locals.
Hola, me llamo Tomás y estoy aquí con Rolando, mucho gusto.
Fernando? Carlos, con mucho gusto.
¿Cómo es vida en Piedras Negras?
Pues la vida aquí en Piedras Negras, joven, pues primeramente, antes que todo, pues la seguridad es muy tranquila, aquí tiene muy buena seguridad.
Pues muy bien, gracias a Dios.
Es muy bonita y bien tranquilo.
¿Qué piensas sobre América? ¿Es un lugar que quieres vivir?
¿Oh, sí?
¿Sí?
No.
¿No quieres? ¿Piensas que hay más oportunidades ahí que aquí?
Allá.
¿Por qué?
Es mejor pagado,
Allá hay más oportunidades que aquí.
¿Por renta aquí? ¿Cuánto cuesta por mes?
2,000, 3,000 pesos.
Bueno, yo ahí donde estoy ahorita es aquí en un hotel. Me cobran 500 pesos diarios.
Inmigración ilegal es un viaje muy peligroso, ¿sí? ¿Conoces gente que hacen el viaje?
Sí, tengo amigos ahorita que están en San Antonio, en Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, sí, soy de Wisconsin. Hay gente en Estados Unidos que piensa que Estados Unidos es el lugar muy peor
el peor país
y horrible.
El peor país.
No es cierto, porque yo trabajo allá.
¿Qué es tu trabajo?
Yo trabajo en una compañía de demolición.
Sí.
Es mucho más cara la vida aquí que allá con los salarios aquí. porque aquí suben más la comida que los salarios.
Hay mucha gente que se pasa para allá y
No quieren
creen que
trabajar.
están, ándale, sí.
Hay más oportunidades
Allá
que
más.
aquí.
Le dan food stamps, le dan de comida, le dan casa,
Todo, pues,
le dan
allá
dinero,
ayudan.
le dan todo y no quieren trabajar.
No, no, pues es que pues, allá hay más oportunidades. Más.
Sí.
¿Tienes un mensaje para la gente?
Que Dios me los cuide a los que estén allá y que le echen ganas en el trabajo.
Salir adelante, pues hay que trabajar, va, para que vea el resultado, echarle ganas.
El mensaje es que todos tenemos que estar unidos para poder salir adelante, porque si no nos unimos entre todos nunca vamos a salir adelante.
Hello, ¿cómo está? Thank you.
Just rapping. Kept my foot on the gas, then I pressed down, then I caught traction. Got all state for insurance, every beat I hop on,
We're in the car right now, gonna meet our contact, then we're gonna go to the safe house. So first we gotta pass inspection, they gotta make sure that we're not snitches, not, you know, cops, and then we're gonna pull up. See you guys in a second. All right, we're here in what is this, a trap house? We're gonna talk to some fellas that are in the business of moving people. What's going on, big dog?
Pero if only this fucking table was higher, right?
So how would you describe yourself? What's your role or occupation?
Money's a motivation, right? That describes me, money. What
Okay.
am I? Money.
What part do you play in that story of immigration?
Well, immigration, like we're border babies. We were grown in the border. We know everything, like how shit goes. It's like even if you don't want to know, it's just the border shit's going on. You feel me?
I was looking at the numbers. So this year is a record of immigration in the United States. 2.7 million people have come across the border. A lot from...
That have got caught.
No, just have crossed the border, period. A lot from Venezuela, Colombia. What are you seeing? Like, what is the primary reason you see people cross the border?
But shit, like when I first got out, like 6 months ago, they were over there in the Hondureños, man. The Honduras from Haiti and all that shit. They were like black people, but they don't know English.
That was the
That happened in
caravan?
Del Rio, way. They had like 1,500 people, way. Right here in Quemado, they caught like 600-700, and that happens all the time, way. Like,
What are people's primary motivation for coming here? What do they think they're going to find in the
shit,
United
they're
States?
just not what they think. I could tell you that much, because niggas think it's sweet over here. It's different for them because, you know what I'm saying, like, they're already coming today. They don't know what's out here. Like, they just know what their family tells them, what they see on TV, what they see on the news, you know? And they think, like, oh, I'm going to go there and I'm going to get rich. But it's not like a one-day thing, you know? The way it's supposed to be is like a week, you'll be where you're supposed to be. But the way it's set up right now, like, it's so fucked up. There's a lot of people stealing people, like, you know, doing weird shit. There's a lot of people that don't pick up, leave them stranded.
How tough is the journey to get here? Let's say I was illegal, I was in Mexico. How do I go about getting here? Is it
They say
dangerous?
if I was illegal and I was in Mexico and I knew what I knew now, I wouldn't even want to cross, fam.
More struggle to get over here.
Yes, way. It's so bitch full. Like, sometimes it's easy, yeah.
Is it dangerous to come here? Like, is it a risky, scary, like, is it a journey?
It's just the world itself is a dangerous place. You don't have to be in a certain location. Like, even in the richest parts, like, some shiesty shit could go down.
So do you feel like you're helping people, or do you feel like, hey, I'm just a businessman?
Nah, at first, I was like, nah, man, I just wanted to get bread. But then, like, you start meeting these niggas and you, like, and I tell them what it is. Like, hey, what's up? Like, how'd you end up here? Like, what's going on? Because we found people, too. Like, Andy, nigga, will be at the park balling, playing basketball. Some nigga will walk up to us talking about, do you know where the train tracks are? Because, look, to cross, you got to hire somebody that knows people. First, let's say they're coming from Honduras. They got to cross through a bunch of fucking checkpoints in Mexico. And that by itself, just to get to Honduras, to here to Piedras, is going to cost them about 5 bands. And then from here to San Antonio, which is a 2-hour drive, that's going to cost them at least another 5 bands.
So for
And then-
someone that's dirt poor, how do they come up with 10 grand to cross the border?
It's crazy because you wouldn't believe me if I told you, and I still don't believe them. The people that already crossed, they help the people that want to cross. So the niggas that are over here and have bread, they'll lend money to someone, they'll finance them.
So they'll get a
It's crazy, right? It's
So
crazy.
someone will get like a construction job and send money back home to
Yeah,
finance
like
it.
let's say somebody's brother, he needs the bread, so he's gonna pay for his brother. When his brother's up there, he's gonna be paying him off because they already have it lined up, where they already have a job and everything. Oh, what an American could do for them today is just drive from here up, right? So it depends, cause look, a lot of people do it for $1,000 each person.
Wherever they
From
want to
here
go
San
up?
Antonio or Houston.
Okay. So what is your role with what you do? Like, are you taking people from Mexico to Texas, or are you taking people within the States?
Within the States.
How often do you make that journey?
Rarely.
Just when you need cash, you kind of go do it? And is it pretty much you're just praying that the cops don't pull you over and you just...
It's not praying, it's just don't think about it. You feel me?
How old are you, roughly?
I'm 15.
Okay, how did you get into this game?
Comes to me.
They're from Honduras?
You down there, if they're not from here, you down there.
¿No van a matar?
¿Mande?
¿No nos van a matar?
No, hombre, que...
Hola, hola, me llamo Tomás, soy con...
Pastor y Leonel.
Okay, ¿y de dónde eres?
Venezuela.
Let's take you up to speed on the story of our two immigrant friends, Leonel and Pastor. To get here from Venezuela, they traveled the last 2 months largely on foot. This is them walking through the jungle, on a boat, and making some friends. Escucho que en Venezuela que hay un crisis, ¿sí? Uno de 3 personas no tiene acceso a agua y comida, es la verdad.
Correcto.
¿Qué es la situación en Venezuela?
El gobierno nos ha robado todo el dinero de allá de nuestras naciones.
No hay trabajo, no hay comida.
Medicina, los hospitales.
No hay nada.
Describe el líder de Venezuela.
Es un dictador.
El presidente es un dictador allá que no deja que uno progrese. Todas las empresas las ha expropiado.
Expropia todo.
Muchos se han ido por eso, pues, porque no dejan
He
que...
controls everything. He won't let anybody get further in life.
¿Cómo vives aquí? Like, ¿tienes una casa para dormir? Like, ¿cómo survive?
En el tren. Tenemos 3 días que no hemos comido hasta hoy.
Tenemos frío, no hemos
Ya no, mucho frío, el frío me está enfermando ya.
¿Cómo fue tu viaje de Venezuela de aquí? Like, ¿cuántos días? Like, ¿necesita un guía?
Principalmente el guía de nosotros fue el que está allá arriba, el Rey de Reyes, Dios. El primer viaje que tomamos fue la selva del Darién, no sé si la has escuchado. Duramos 2 días y medio caminando la selva.
Queda entre Panamá y Colombia esa selva, para poder cruzar hacia Panamá.
Muchas personas muertas porque se lo llevó el río. Desde ahí pasamos para Panamá. Panamá vinimos viajando en buses. Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, Guatemala y México.
¿Qué fue la parte más peligroso o duro o difícil sobre el viaje?
México.
¿Por qué?
Nos bajan de los buses, nos rompen el permiso y nosotros la verdad hemos caminado kilómetros y kilómetros. Ya me empezó un dolor aquí en la rodilla.
Casi todo México lo hemos transitado caminando, si no agarramos el tren y en el tren corremos peligro de que nos agarren los carteles, nos roban.
Antier se nos mató un amigo, antier en el tren.
Amigo de nosotros
iba montado arriba y...
Vamos a saltar esto, compramos comida y cuando tienes comida podemos hablar un poco más, ¿ok? Let's get them food first. Puede pedir, pero cada tú quieres en el menú. So, we're going back to meet the 2 Venezuelan boys, and initially our plan was to bring them back to the Airbnb and let them sleep there. But after talking to a couple locals here, they were like, hell no. Some of them said this is a 5 to 10 year potential sentence if we do that. To me, it is so crazy to think that giving someone a place that is warm to sleep for one night to give them a little bit of relief from this 2-month journey that they've experienced. Like, they've experienced hell in these last 2 months. They hadn't eaten in 3 days. They were wandering around hungry and cold and tired. And all of us were on board. Let's bring them back to the place to let them sleep. Let's give them a bed. Let's give them showers. Fear is kind of winning out on this one. Although it'd be a great gift to give them, is not worth 5 to 10 years. You could get put in a cage for doing what you think is totally the right thing. Helping 2 people. Like, imagine if you were lost, you were in some foreign, unknown place, hungry and cold. It was illegal to help you. Like, you would just hope that someone would help you. So we're gonna get them some supplies that at the very least they stay warm another night. Keegan, any thoughts?
Kind of with you on that. It's just, you can't do the right thing because it'll put us away and, kind of compromise our position.
Miguel.
I was on board with it, but...
Miguel was gung ho, dude.
Yeah.
He ripped his jacket off.
I'm rooting for them, but, we can't to a full extent,
Miguel's parents are from Mexico. What would your parents say if we got caught doing this?
I feel like my dad would be like, hey, let's go.
Cheering for you?
Yeah, he's like, hey, I with that, but, he'd still be like, you're done,
We're gonna go get supplies for these guys. We're gonna go try and find them. So these guys are trying to get to Chicago, so they are going to be hurting if they don't have some warmth. So yeah, let's get them some food, let's get them some layers.
Y los metemos en el carro y nos vamos para otro lado y nos pescan. Son 5 o 10 años para todos los cabrones aquí. Mira, como quiera le compró comida, le compró algo para dormir.
Quiero darte un lugar a dormir, pero es 10 años. So es muy loco que es una regla, pero tengo cosas para tú. Hey, there's border patrol. Literally, our hearts are racing, dude. Okay, let's get this thing going. And that they...
Hombre, lo deseamos que sí la hacen, lo deseamos que sí ganen un trabajo, lo deseamos que ustedes van a trabajar duro y sí deseamos que encuentren lo que encuentren.
Mantener en contacto por tu teléfono, sí. Okay? Quiero escuchar sobre tu historia.
What the f***, dude? When that border patrol passed, I was like, but dude, he said he said they don't come over here. They're probably like used to them passing. And earlier they said, bro, there's so many of them around here. Border patrol pass and they already know they're illegal, but they kind of just ignore them. Like there's just so many of them out here, bro. That's what they're saying.
I don't know if it's because I'm cold or nervous, but I have the shakes.
You got them top and bottom thermal?
Yeah.
Dude, they'll be toasty in that sleeping bag, bro, like you said.
They have all those layers.
The fact that you got them 2 sleeping bags, like, dude, they're golden, dog. They're gonna go stash out somewhere right here. So I told them go find somewhere warm. I was getting real nervous, bro. My Spanish was all up because I was just.
Were you scared about border control?
Bro, straight up. But when he said no, they won't come back, I remember what they just told me.
He looped around and came back, and then they came back again. It was just
the
like.
First time I saw it, I'm like, oh shit.
A couple hours after we had got them some supplies from Walmart, Lionel and Pastor were picked up by the Border Patrol. They were stripped of their belongings and deported back to Mexico. Their hope is to cross again and make it to Cleveland or Chicago, where they can find factory work through their Venezuelan friends and contacts that have already made the trip. At the time of posting this video, they are still stuck in Mexico. Their only option is to save up about $2,000 and find a good coyote that can help them cross again. This story made me realize how lucky I am simply to have been born in the United States, a place with great opportunity and standard of living comparatively. I did nothing to earn my American status. I was just lucky that my parents had me here. I wish the best for Lionel and Pastor and think about the millions of people in similar situations to them. We've taken you across the border to talk to people. We took you to a place where people transport, you know, we met some guys that transport folks, and now we met some actual immigrants. And so we might do a part 2 on this someday, because I think there's enough to do many stories on this. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next week.
Flipping shit like the bitch need a makeover. They ain't never wanna believe in me. Now they watch as I take over. By the Sprite, then I pour the deuce in it. So nah, it ain't the same soul. Sip walk or I sip tech. And I mix it with the Percocet. Niggas having all this fake smoke.